Why I hate the Storybooth Transgender Stories Part 2. Hero Clocks here, and I made a video about how I hated the Transgender Storybooth stories, and some people didn't like it. They said I was wrong about those videos, that no one was lying in them. Well, let's take a closer look at the videos. First is the video I Am Transgender, where a girl, person with ovaries, was talking about how she has always been different than other girls, how she likes boy toys more than girl toys, and likes playing boy sports more than girl sports, and how she didn't like wearing dresses, was sad about other girls calling her names and not wanting wanting to be friends with her, and starting her period. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. There are basically 3 layers to it. Layer 1 are things that are stereotypically male or female, but both males and females can like them. Toys, sport, and other things and activities can be enjoyed at any time. They can be enjoyed by anyone with working limbs and interest in them. It doesn't matter which set of reproductive organs you were born with. Then there's layer 2. Layer 2 are things that groups of people decide are right but aren't. The girl, person with ovaries, said that groups of other girls would call her names and wouldn't let her sit with them at lunch and stuff. That sucks and is wrong, but it's going to happen. You have to learn to deal with it. Remember, there are always other groups, better groups. Layer 3 are things that groups of people have decided are right, that are good ideas. Boy and girl bathrooms, locker rooms, and stuff like that. These things tick off people who are trying to lie about their biological sex, but it is for safety and for avoiding lawsuits. As long as you go to that school or place of work, you must abide by these rules or you will get in trouble. Then there's the final layer. Things that are male or female based on scientific study. Penises and testicles are male. Vulvas and ovaries are female. Testicles are male because they produce sperm. Only males produce sperm. And penises are designed to insert that sperm into the female reproductive tract. Vulvas are female because they are designed to stretch both to let penises get in and fill them with sperm and to push babies out of them. The ovaries produce eggs and they implant in the lining of the uterus where the sperm can fertilize them. If everything goes like it's supposed to, the fertilized egg will grow into a full-term baby and everything eventually get pushed out or cut out in an emergency. Periods are female because you have to have been born with a female reproductive organs, ovaries, a uterus, a vagina, and a vulva to have them. It doesn't matter what you like or don't like, or how you identify. This is how humans work. That is the shape you get, that is the size you get, that is the color you get, those are the reproductive organs you get. You have to learn to live with them without lying about your biological sex. And speaking of which, it's time to move on to the other story. The Storybooth story. My best friend kept a huge secret from me. In that story, a girl, person with ovaries, talks about how her friend, Jaden, who looked like a girl because of his long hair, makeup, and clothes, but he is actually a boy, person with testicles. He is disguised so good. When they first met in middle school, she thought he was a girl around 12, just like her. They became friends and hung out together. They even had sleepovers. During one of the sleepover, Jaden started freaking out. It got so bad, he had to go home early. The girl telling the story wondered why her friend was freaking out. And then she found out that Jaden is a boy, person with testicles. She said he felt like a girl inside. There are those stereotypes again. There are no male or female feelings. Remember my layers explanation? Feelings are level 1. She then says good things like, I don't care if he's a boy or a girl, he's my friend. That's great. But then she says stuff like, he looks like a girl and acts like a girl. What's wrong with him saying he's a girl? I had to say that's lies. And then there's those stereotypes again. Looking like a girl and acting like a girl does not make you a girl. The Jaden of that story was freaking out because of the main reason I don't like the transgender's lifestyle. Lying is wrong. Not just because the Bible says so, but because the lifestyle depends on lying. It makes you like lies and hate truth. Lying gives people instant gratification because it covers up truth. But over time, the truth will come out. Truth is about delayed gratification. At first, it's unpleasant, but over time, you get used to it. We all must learn to get used to the truth. These Storybooth stories are saying the opposite of that. That's why I don't like them. They are going against their own lessons. It is important to learn to live with the body you were born with. I'm Hero Clocks. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt.